So, what happens when a prophet lays out a path to greatness for all of humanity, and they just laugh right in his face? Well, that's the heart of one of philosophy's toughest stories, Nietzsche's parable of the last man. And believe me, this isn't just some old tale, it's a really powerful look into our own resistance to becoming something more.
Okay, this right here is the central idea for the entire story. I want you to picture humanity as a tightrope stretched over a massive, deep abyss. On one side, you've got our primal past, our animal nature. And on the other, well, that's our higher potential, what Nietzsche calls a terrifying beauty. It's a dangerous walk, right? It's a transition, not a final, safe destination. This one image really sets the stage for everything that's about to unfold.
So who would dare to walk this rope? Well, that's where our prophet, Zarathustra, comes in. After 10 years of solitude up in the mountains, he feels this overwhelming urge to come down and share what he's learned. He ends up in a busy marketplace, a place perfectly named the Motley Cow, and he's ready to deliver his very first world-shaking sermon.
And his message? It's completely radical. He tells the people that humanity as we are right now isn't the end goal, not even close. We're just a bridge, a beginning. The whole point of being human, he says, is to strive, to overcome our own limits, and to create something greater than ourselves, what he calls the Übermensch, or the Overman.
So how does the crowd take this incredible call to greatness? Are they inspired? Motivated? Yeah, not so much. They're just bewildered. Instead of awe, Zarathustra gets hit with a wave of laughter, confusion, and just straight-up mockery. His profound, life-changing message totally bombs.
And here's where the misunderstanding is absolutely crucial. See, the people in the marketplace, they weren't there for some difficult philosophical truth. They were literally waiting for an actual tightrope walker to perform a stunt. They just wanted simple entertainment, a vanishing spectacle. The hard work of self-overcoming, it had zero appeal compared to the easy pleasure of just being a spectator. Zarathustra sees he's completely lost them, so he switches gears. He decides to paint them a picture of what it is they really want. He basically says, "You don't want the challenge of the Overman? Okay, fine. Let me describe the creature you're all turning into." But he doesn't frame this as a good thing. He frames it as an absolutely chilling warning. And he calls this creature the last man. Now, if the Übermensch represents this spirit of becoming, always growing, creating, risking, the last man is the total opposite. He's driven by what Nietzsche calls the spirit of contempt. It's a contempt for greatness, a contempt for risk, for anything that might shake up his cozy little world. This is the final shrunken version of a humanity that has just given up. So what does this life of contempt even look like? Well, first, the last man's highest goals are comfort and total security. He's traded that dangerous walk over the abyss for a life with absolutely zero risk. There's no creative spark, no higher purpose, just a kind of low hum of modern unease that's been medicated into a state of contented stupidity. The striving is over. It's done.
Zarathustra uses this devastatingly simple metaphor for the soul of the last man. He just blinks. Think about that. He can't even see the abyss below him anymore, or the potential for greatness above. His vision has shrunk to only what's small and safe and right in front of his face. It's the kind of happiness you get from a warm room, a soul that has lost all its fire and just blinks at the world, not really understanding any of it.
And this just lays out the choice so clearly. On one side, you have the Übermensch, driven by that spirit of becoming, who embraces the terrifying beauty of striving over the abyss. And on the other, you've got the last man, who's totally defined by the spirit of contempt, living in a contented stupidity that's built on nothing more than comfort and security.
You know, this whole showdown in the marketplace, it's way more than just a bad speech. It's a kind of metaphysical trial. Zarathustra has just presented two roads, two completely different futures for the human soul. And now, it's up to the masses to deliver the verdict. The choice really couldn't be any clearer. It's what you might call the ancient bargain. Give up on your grand ambitions, and in return, you get to be safe and comfortable. Or you can choose the radical, really difficult path of affirming this life, this earth, with all of its dangers and all of its potential. The spirit of contempt is betting that the masses will always choose the easy path.
So there it is. You've been shown the path to greatness, and the path to ultimate, risk-free comfort. Which one do you think the crowd demanded?
The crowd's response is the absolute chilling climax of this whole parable. They don't just sort of prefer the last man. They celebrate him. They cheer, they shout, with genuine excitement. "Give us this last man, O Zarathustra. Make us into these last men. You can have the Übermensch." They are enthusiastically demanding the very state of decay he warned them about.
This crushing public rejection is a complete and total failure for Zarathustra's first sermon. But, and this is a huge but, in that failure, a really important lesson is learned. This moment becomes the catalyst for a fundamental change in his entire mission.
He finally realizes that his message just isn't for everybody. He can't speak to the herd, to the masses, who not only prefer this contented stupidity, but will actually demand it with a smile. Their verdict in that marketplace proved, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that they are not his real audience.
This epic failure leads him to a brand new strategy. Okay, step 1, no more sermons to the general public. Step 2, he's now got to seek out companions, what he calls fellow creators, the inspired few who actually get what he's talking about. Step 3, with their help, he's going to smash the old tablets of values. And finally, step 4, together, they will forge something entirely new, the meaning of Earth.
So his whole purpose gets refined. He's no longer a prophet coming down from a mountain to deliver a message from some god. His mission is now for this world, for this life. It's all about creating value and purpose right here. A radical, full-throated yes to the earth itself.
And that leaves us with the final, really challenging question that this whole parable throws back at us. In our own lives, in our own pursuit of comfort, security, and easy entertainment, have we as a culture made the exact same choice as that crowd at the Motley Cow? Have we traded that dangerous, beautiful walk over the abyss for a safe and contented life of just blinking?